We'll resume lesson 5.5, laws of logarithms. And our focus for this lesson is to develop and use the laws of logarithm. The previous lessons, we applied the laws of log to log with base 10, and we used the laws of log expression. So we completed these two goals in the previous lesson. Today, our goal for you is to write a log as a sum or difference of log. So by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to write a logarithm as a sum or difference of log and use the laws of log to evaluate log expressions. So these are two goals today. By the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to do both of these and also complete the other two from yesterday. We'll be going through two examples, questions that have different parts to it that demonstrate how to write a log as a difference of logarithm or a sum, and how to evaluate log expressions. So let's look at the first one we're looking at. We completed examples 1 and 2 in the previous lesson. So today we're going to focus on write a log as a sum or difference of log. Just recall, we'll be still applying our laws of logs. So this will be, I'll refer to these laws, the product law, quotient law, and power law. Just a reminder, these are we'll be going back to, and we know our log definitions. And they all derive from the exponential rule, or they're related to, definition derive, related to. Let's look at the first one. Write each expression in terms of log A, log B, and log C. In the previous one, you were asked to write as a single log. Now you will be expanding these. In other words, instead of writing as a single log, you want to write them as the expansion form. So in the previous lesson, you were asked to give the result as in the log here. Now you're given log b to xy in product law, and you're asked to write it as log b to the x plus log b to the y, or any one of these other two. Let's look. So the first one here, so we have log A squared c. Now, if we look at this here, we have, this looks like what we have here, the product rule here. And then we can have the power rule. So we have the product rule first. We can try to break this apart using the power rule. So use power law. So the power law here. And also we're going to use, so we can use a power law for this here. But then we have, this is multiplying, we can use a product rule. Product law. So first we want to apply the product law. So remember a product law, log b xy is equal to log bx plus log by. So we have, break this apart here, we'll have log a squared plus log c. So this is applying the product law. Now, we are going to look at this piece here and use the power law. So now this one here, apply the power law. So that becomes 2 log A plus log C. So that's your final answer. So they ask us to write in terms of log A, log B, and log C. Then the next we have, see here, we have log A squared over BC to power Q because we're dividing, we're going to apply the quotient law. So we have equals log A squared minus log BC cubed. These together, the bracket around them. Here we could apply, now because exponent here, we can apply now the power rule. So now apply power rule here. Power law, not rule. So it's 2 log, because you move this to the front here. Minus this comes to the front, becomes 3 log BC. Now we have this already completed. So we don't have to just demo. Look at this part here now. This is multiplying. When you're multiplying, we have to apply the product rule here. Product law. So we have 2 log A minus 3 log B plus, we got a plus here, log C. Okay, because this 3 applies to the whole. No, this would apply here. Okay, remove that. Okay. So 3 log B. So now we are going to simplify, remove the bracket. We have 2 So this is equal to log A, so minus 3 log B. Oh no, I think I mixed these two up, right? Yeah, okay. So this should have been, I should have used the power rule, product rule. So this shouldn't have been applied here yet. I should have put this here. Okay, so mistake here. Let's rewrite this here. This would be log BC cube. Now simplify this here. Now this becomes log B plus log C to 3. Now that makes more sense. Okay, so be careful. I made a mistake by applying the product rule first before simplifying it. And then I apply this product. Then I'll have to apply the power rule again at the final end here. So simplify this, we'll end up with 2 log A minus B to minus or minus B minus log C. Now I'll apply the power law. So this is going to be 2 log A minus log B, now minus 3 log C. Okay, let's go over this because I made a mistake here and I should have seen that. But here we apply our power rule first. Sorry, apply the quotient law first. And then we apply our power law and product law, then the power law. Final answer is 2 log A minus log B minus 3 log C. Example 4, now we are going to evaluate expressions. So we're going to evaluate, find the value of these two expressions here. In the second one, we have 3 expressions. Let's look at the first one. We have 2 log base 2 to the power 6, to 6, sorry, log 2 to 9. The first step you want to use is the power law for this first stage here. So we use the power law. So let's look at the first one here. 2 log 2 6 minus. So step 1, power law. So this gives me log 2 to 6 power 2. I'm moving this exponent. Minus 2 log 2 to 9. Now we're subtracting. We're going to use the quotient law. By the way, we can simplify this because this becomes log 2 to the 36. Now this equals, now if we use a quotient law, so we get log 2 is 36 divided by 9. So this which now becomes 36 divided by 9 is 4. Now we can simplify this. Now 4 could be written as a power of 2. And we know a final answer because, but remember our rule log b to the bn is equal to n. So I'm applying it to this here. So final answer is 2. So all of this is actually equal. So we can say that 2 is my final answer. The next example, B. Just log across here. Log 9, 2 plus 3 log. So remember, we are combining these together. So we're more or less going backwards. We're given these expressions, and we want to put them together. So we're working backwards from right to left. If you look at all this one here, we have to use the power rule here already. So we're going to use the power rule first. Then we'll use the product rule. We're going to add these. Then we're going to use the quotient rule because we have a subtraction here. Anytime you have a subtraction, you're looking at a quotient rule. When you have addition, using the product rule, or when we have coefficient in front of a log, we looking at the power rule. So step 1, let's move up here. We could use the power rule. So here is our power law. And this remained as it is because it becomes log 92 plus log 96 to the power of 3. And we'll change that later on, simplified, minus log 9 to the power of 4. So let's rewrite. This is log now 6 to the power of 3 is 216. Let's go here, it's 216 minus log 9. 2 to the power of 4 should give us 16, right? Now we are going to use our product rule to combine these two. This will give us, because remember the base is the same here, so we have log 9, 2 multiplied by 216 minus log 9 16. We can simplify this, but we leave it now because we'll find that it's easier when we combine these two. Now we're subtracting, so we apply the quotient law. So log 9, 2 times 216 divided by 16. Remember, you're dealing with similar basis here, same basis. Simplify. What do we have here? Log 2 times 16 divided by 16. Now, will that give us a calculator here? 2 times 16 divided by sorry, that'll be 2 times 216. 432 divided by 16, 27. Okay, so all of this here is 27. So now this could be written as log 9. 27. Now we want to write 27 as a power of base 9, because we want to apply our principal log b to the bn is equal to n. We want to get to this point here. So here we have 9. Now how can we change 27, right? Write it as a base 9. So we can, first of all, let's break this down to 9 times 3. So we want to write this as a power of 9. So now, base 9, I'm going to write 27. Write 27 as base 9. So that will give us, but here we have log 3, 9 times 3. Now we can write 3. We have 3 right here. So we can write the 3 as the root of 9. It's the same thing, right? Square root of 3. We look at the positive because I know there are 2 negatives and positive. So we can write that as log 9 times the square root of 9. Now, square root of 9 is 9 to the power half. So we have 9, 9 to 1 times 9 to the power half. This now becomes log 9. So we have 9 times, and we're going to use now the, when we're looking at exponential rule, we are multiplying, we add the exponents. So this is 9, 1 plus a half, which gives me 9 to 9. This gives me 3 over 2. Oops, I gotta write my log in here. Which is equal to 3 over 2. So my final answer, log 9 9, 3 over 2 is equal to 3 over 2. So final answer is 3 over 2. So for this question, we apply the power law, the product law, quotient law. We also apply the law of principle definition. And we simplify. For our answer is 3 over 2. So log 9 to 2 plus log 3 log 9 to the 6 minus 4 log 9 to the 2 is equal to 3 over 2. So to conclude today's lesson, we have completed today writing log as a sum or difference of log and to evaluate log expression. And the previous lesson, we applied logs with base 10 and simplified expressions. So at the end of today, you should be able to apply the laws of log to log with base 10, use the laws of log to simplify expression, write a log as a sum or difference of log, and use the laws of log to evaluate logarithmic expressions. Your task is for practice questions on pages 391 and 392.